Once there lived a man who was deeply troubled due to overthinking. Because of overthinking, he could not concentrate on anything. His mind was always clouded with thoughts, and due to this constant mental noise, he was not able to concentrate on any task. Because of overthinking, his projects remained unfinished. His decisions were delayed, and slowly his business also started going down. No matter how hard he tried, he felt trapped inside his own mind. One day, when he could no longer bear the restlessness of his mind, he decided to seek the help of a Zen monk who lived in a forest on the outskirts of the town. The man reached the monks, bowed deeply, and said, "Master, my mind is very restless. It never stops thinking. It is always clouded with countless thoughts. Sometimes a disturbing thought becomes so strong that I feel panic and anxiety. I don't know how to control it. Please help me." The monk listened quietly without interrupting. After listening to the man, he thought for a while and then got up and said, "Come, let us go to the river. We will talk about it there." Seeing this, the master began to walk and the man started following him. On the way, they passed through a field. In that field, a pumpkin crop was growing. The monk stopped for a while and plucked one pumpkin from the field and then continued walking. When they reached the river, the monk stepped into the water until it reached his waist. The man followed him. Then, without saying a word, the monk pressed the pumpkin into the water, but the pumpkin bounced back up. The master again pushed it down the river water, but again it bounced back up. Each time he pushed the pumpkin into the water, it would pop up again. The man was watching all this with confusion. Suddenly he asked, "Master, what are you doing?" The monk looked at him and replied, "I am trying to drown this pumpkin in the river water, but it rises again and again. Why does it not stay underwater?" The man answered, "Master, that is impossible. The pumpkin is filled with air. Unless you remove the air from it, it will always float." The monk smiled gently and said, "Exactly, that is the answer to your question." He lifted the pumpkin slightly and said, "This pumpkin is like your mind. No matter how hard you try to push your thoughts away, they come back again and again. You cannot forcefully stop them." Then it have the pumpkin handset. The air inside this pumpkin is like everything you have fed into your mind. The impressions, the negativity, the worries, and the fears. You can cut the pumpkin and release it here. But you cannot open your mind and remove these impressions and negativity in that way. The man nodded slowly. He was puzzled, but curious. "Then, Master," he said, "if we cannot remove these thoughts, then how do we get rid of them?" The monk simply released the pumpkin and it began drifting away, floating gently on the river's surface. The monk pointed toward the drifting pumpkin and said, "Did you see what I did? I stopped pushing it. I simply let it go and now it is moving away on its own." He continued softly, "Thoughts of our mind are exactly like this. When you fight them, they return even stronger. When you watch them without fear, without resistance, they slowly start to drift away." The monk smiled kindly. "To control the thoughts of your mind, you need to do nothing. Just observe. Watch your thoughts the way you watched that pumpkin float away, and slowly your mind will become quiet and peaceful." Listening to this for the first time, the man felt clarity. Now he came to understand that to control the thoughts of his mind he need not to fight them, but simply observe them. He bowed to the monk, thanked him deeply and returned. From that day onward, he no longer fought his thoughts. Whenever worrying thoughts appeared in his mind, he observed them silently like his spectator. Slowly the thoughts began losing their power. His mind started to calm down. His concentration returned. His work improved and his business began to grow again. In today's time, almost every person is suffering from overthinking. Our mind keeps jumping from one thought to another. And according to research, an average human mind thinks 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts in a single day. Most of these thoughts have no purpose. they are either worries, fears, past memories, or imaginary problems. Because of this non-stop thinking, people are losing peace of mind. Their focus breaks easily. Important works get delayed and even simple decisions feel difficult. If this continues for a long time, it can lead to anxiety, stress, and many serious mental issues. One reason why our mind has become so restless is because of what we are feeding it every day. Whatever we see, hear, read, or experience leaves an impression on the mind. The mind does not think on its own. It thinks only what we put inside it. Today we spend hours watching reels, scrolling social media, and filling our mind with hundreds of random images and sounds. These small clips may look harmless, but they create thousands of impressions in the mind every day. This is why overthinking has increased more in this generation than ever before. The mind simply keeps repeating whatever we feed into it. The monk in the story teaches us a very important truth. We cannot control the mind by fighting it. The more we try to push thoughts away, the stronger they come back. But when we quietly observe them, just watching them like we watch clouds in the sky, they slowly start to fade away on their own. This simple practice of observing the mind is the real key to controlling it. When the mind becomes calm, our focus increases. Our concentration becomes strong and our work output improves significantly. We feel lighter, peaceful, and clearer from inside. And slowly life also starts moving in the right direction. In the end, the real strength of a person is not in controlling the outside world, but in learning to control the word inside, which is their own mind. If you enjoyed this story, hit the subscribe button and tap the bell icon.